Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Donna. Today we are making up a lime pound cake. I had a few key limes, so we'll call it key lime, but I also had to use a few regular limes. But everything you need is in the description. Just check that out. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe. And let's go ahead and jump in. Here I have my butter. It's not like my lemon one, but just a different extract, and we're going to be doing it differently in a different pan. So I'm going to, here I have my butter. There's some more butter underneath there. My oven's already preheated. I have my sugar, and we're going to go ahead and beat this up for a good 5 to 6 minutes until it's nice and creamy. Okay, now I just wanted to bring up to y'all, use you some good butters. I'm using the Irish butter. Hopefully they can see that. Better, higher fat content and less water, so you're going to have a better cake. A lot of people are like, I don't notice a difference. You know, use real sweet cream butter, but the Irish butter has that, like I said, higher fat content. I see the difference. I can taste the difference, and it's better for you. So, but it is pricey. I think that one, like I stated in my other video, it's like $5 for only a cup. That's why I use that, and then I'll use the regular sweet cream butter, and my butter is salted. That's why I don't put salt. So I'm going to add in 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and make sure all of your ingredients are at room temperature, because you want it to, everything to incorporate for you. And make sure there's no clumps of this or that, because if your butter's cold, your cream cheese is cold, and you're mixing it, it's not going to, you're going to have pieces here and there, and it's just not going to mix up well for you. And there's my sour cream, and as you're mixing, make sure you scrape down your bowl when you're doing your butter and sugar there, because you do want that, everything mixed up well for you. So I'm going to mix this up 2 to 3 minutes. Forgot I need to get my extracts in here, my vanilla and my lime. Okay, let's go for a couple of minutes here. Okay, now I have my eggs, one at a time, and these are at room temp as well. I'm going to beat it just until you start seeing it disappear, but you don't want to beat it all up, just so it slightly disappears. Doing one at a time just incorporates better for you, because we don't want to overmix either with all these eggs. Okay. All right, got the eggs all mixed in. Now you do want to make sure they're mixed in well, but you don't want to overmix either. Just make sure they're mixed in well. And I just don't want y'all to overbeat the eggs either. I'm going to add in my lemon zest. I think I used, it was either, I want to say 5, because I had a few key limes, 3 key limes I think, and the rest were regular limes. But if you can't find key limes, regular limes are just fine. Now, I'm going to, here in my bowl, I have my cake flour and my baking powder, which is 3 cups of cake flour and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Now, yes, our eggs are leveling, but the baking powder just kind of helps it along with that lift, lightening it up a little bit. And this, as I say in my other pound cake, is crucial. Once you get your flour in, I'm just adding a little bit in at a time. You don't want to overmix this. Once everything's incorporated, you don't see any more flour, you're done. You don't want to make your cake, you know, tough and dry over mixing. And I have a pan of water at the very bottom rack in my oven. That helps with moisture, and it helps your cake from not turning so brown. I don't like a really brown, dark brown pound cake, so I cook mine low. So this pound cake is going to take a while to cook or to bake. So have patience. You'll be rewarded. It's delicious. So I'm just going to get this rest of this mixed in here. Okay, I got it all folded in. Now I'll just give it a few quick stirs. Now remember, don't think that's all a bunch of lumps there. Got all that lime there. Just until it's mixed. And that's it. Don't overwork it. Now I'm going to scoot this out of the way. I want you to see what I'm using here. It's different. Curtis, can they see that? This is a Pullman loaf pan. I like to make my pound cakes in it. It's good for homemade bread. We got fall coming up, baking time. Can't wait. Get some homemade bread in the oven. Now I'm going to spray this down. This is a 13 by 4. I got mine on Amazon. I'm going to spray this down with some baking spray with flour. Spray it well. We don't want nothing sticking here. And my oven, as I said, is preheated. Now, this is not sponsored by any means, but I absolutely love this pan. But I am going to post this under my store tab right under the video, and it'll take you right to the link where I got mine. So I'm going to pour. Did I give them the measurements of this?
13 by 4, you did.
Yeah, 13 by 4. That's because they have a few different sizes there on Amazon. So I'll get my batter in here. Okay, my water bath is ready. It's in the bottom rack. Don't forget it. Just get you a cake pan, something, half fill it, because your cake's going to be in there a while. You don't want your water bath to run dry on you. So get that at the very bottom rack. I'll bake this in the middle rack. I got this leveled out. Pop it down or smack it down. You want any air bubbles that could be in here, because you don't want to end up with a big old round hole in your cake. So just give that a few whacks. In the oven it goes. I know it's going to take a few hours, so we'll get it baked up and get it released from this beautiful pan. All right. Okay, my friends, mine took 2 hours because we're cooking it at a lower temperature. I like to cook mine at a lower temperature. So now, here comes the part we dread. I just went around it with a butter knife just to make sure it's not sticking. And we'll get this. Curtis is over there popping up open a soda. Let me get this off here. This is still hot. Now what I like to do is I won't put my icing on it yet. I'll ice it tomorrow. Because what I like to do is let this cool completely, then I'll stick it into the freezer. When you freeze your pound cakes, they are so much better. So much better. Because a lot of that moisture traps in that cake. Then I'll cut them individually, put them in little sandwich bag slices, and then put all those little slices in a Ziploc bag, big gallon Ziploc bag. That way you have cake every time you want it. Just pull it out and defrost it, and it's there. And it's just so much better that way. Okay, here we go, Curtis. You gonna give it a drum roll? How am I gonna flip this? Let me get this off the camera so I can pick it up here. Okay. And I'll just let this cool, and I'll wrap it up really well.
Here we go. Perfect.
There it is. I think I done that with a knife a while ago. How about the other side? Isn't that beautiful? And then we'll get some icing on it, but I'm let it cool. Wrap it up with some saran wrap. Just put some saran wrap here and fold it. It's harder to wrap these. Now, if you don't have this loaf pan, you can definitely use a 12-cup capacity bundt pan and do the same. Just it won't take as long to bake, though. Almost, but like I said, this went for 2 hours. So cool it down, get it wrapped, freeze it, and we'll ice it up tomorrow. Okay. Now, my cake has frozen. You guys don't have to freeze yours. We just like it like that. It holds more moisture that way. But even if you leave it sitting out on the counter all day, it's just better if you let your pound cake sit. A lot of you people that know pound cakes know this already. The longer that cake sets, the more moisture it's gonna hold on to. So that's why I like to freeze it. And this is a very dense cake because of the cream cheese that's in it. It's delicious, delicious cake. Okay, so this is the icing we're gonna make. Very simple. You have your powdered sugar, and we'll start with a couple of tablespoons here of lime. Now this will be in the description. And I'm going to separate this, and I'm going to do a lime color. So we'll have white and lime. That way it shows the cake is lime, right? And it's a fun cake to make. Let me get the rest of this. Save those limes that you had zested for your cake, because you want that lime juice. That way we have a nice citrus tasting topping for it. So let me just get this mixed up. Okay, I got my lime juice in there. Now, Curtis brought that to my attention. He said in the beginning of the video, he thinks that I had said lemon. And if I did, I apologize. Lime juice. And in the pound cake as well. He's smiling at me, but we got this mixed up. Now, it depends on how tight you're packing your cup, how much lime juice you're going to need. Now, I used close to 5 tablespoons. And that's the consistency you want it. You want it kind of thick. More thick than thin. And that's just powdered sugar and lime juice. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is take some of this out. And I'm going to color this with some food coloring. That way we'll have some white and we'll have some green. That's about right. Half and half. Now you can use your gel coloring or just your liquid colorings. Get all that off there. Okay. And I got my green coloring. That looks about even, doesn't it, Curtis?
Yeah, about so.
Maybe a little more green. There we go. I'll go in with a few drops. You don't have to do this. I just like to do it because it's fun. Isn't that pretty? Get it to whatever color you want it. Now, if you're looking for a certain holiday, hey, you're going to bring a pound cake. Christmas is coming up. I bet you that would be pretty. A green and red icing on it. That would be pretty. What do you think? Maybe a little darker?
I would say a little bit darker, yeah.
Maybe one more drop. And we are going to get this on the cake. Easy way to get this in there. I ended up putting 6 drops of coloring in mine. Just get your little Ziploc bag, little cup. Pour it in there. Okay. We have our icings in our bag. And I'm just going to take the very tip of the bag and make a small hole and just snip it off. And just go over it with some green first or some white. I just like to drizzle it right over it. Just like that. And then I'll go over it with the green. Okay, I went over it with the green and the white, and I just cut some lime just for decoration to show what it is. It's just a pretty cake. I had fun doing it. Isn't that pretty? You can do it whatever color you want, but we're going to let this icing set up, and we'll slice it up. All right. Okay, I removed those limes. I let my icing set up to where it's firm. See there? And then after I slice this all, I'll put it in my little sandwich bags and freeze it again. That's a lot of pound cake, not unless you're going to share and give it away. We're not going to eat all this, so that's why I freeze mine a lot of times. So we'll go ahead and cut this. I should have gotten my serrated knife out, but oh well. We'll open this up so y'all can see what it looks like. It's a nice, dense cake. Look at there. I'm going to cut a slice here with y'all. You can cut this thick or as thin as you'd like. Isn't that pretty? And this is just a delicious pound cake, and I'm getting a bite with my coffee here. Mmm. Oh, is that good? And that lime, the glaze is so citrusy. But there it is, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the cake. The longer it sits, the better it's going to get. But if you enjoy the channel, like I said, please like and subscribe and share. Go give my merchandise a look. It's all in the description. And if I forget anything, I'll leave it in the description. So until next week, we'll see y'all later. Make you up some delicious pound cake. It's delicious. Bye-bye.